Okay, first, why is it important to do this, right? Well, I think the number one thing is this all comes down to math, and there's a thing called compounding interest,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Warren Buffett said compound interest is one of the wonders of the world, and you know, the earlier you start to invest, the better chance you have of achieving wealth. That's just as easy to explain as possible. If you start to invest at 10, you will achieve wealth quicker than somebody that invests at 40. If you invest at 20, you'll achieve wealth quicker than somebody that invests in 50. So the good thing with children is that they have time on their hands, right? So as a parent, even small amounts, relatively small amounts of money can lead to huge nest eggs. We'll talk about some examples, but that's the probably the biggest thing as far as why it's important to start thinking about how you invest for your child and set your child up is because time is on the side of the child. So you want to take advantage of that. Another thing is the preparation aspect of generational wealth. As we said before, if that's the goal, then the earlier that you prepare, the easier it is for you because the less money that you actually have to put out, that goes in the other way. So one way for the compounding interest is that you start early and you have a lot of money later. The other side of that coin is that the earlier you start, the less money you actually have to put away to have that $1 million or the $2 million or whatever you want. So it all comes down to time. It comes down to being a good steward and just really the responsibility of any parent, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is to not only better their life, but better their children's lives for sure, and then even their children's, right? You really want to create legacy for yourself. So these are things that you can actually, start today, and you don't have to be a millionaire to start. We're going to talk about different strategies where you can start with minimal amount of money, but still achieve that long-term goal.
Yeah, and I think it's important. All right, on top of the savings part, from obviously from the adult to the child, but it's the educational process, and there's no age to it, right? Like we always talk about financial education in a sense, like, oh, when should I start? When should I start? You should start now, and the education process is great if parents don't know, because this is a great place for you to now know, but it's also a great place for you to learn with your children. And so we're talking about investing. What does that look like when you're getting a brokerage account, right? You're learning that, but you're teaching your child at the same age. And at a certain point, when your child has those lessons at 10, 11, 12, by the time they're 18 and be able to own their own brokerage account and have their own investment accounts with a brokerage, they're familiar with it. And that familiarity only can breed success in the future. And so, yes, from a financial standpoint, but also from the mindset standpoint of this is not something that is foreign to me. And we've seen that in a lot of communities, and we're starting to see a shift in ours, but we need to see it more. So yeah, let's get to it.